What's happening, guys? And welcome back to the channel. And yesterday lunchtime, it was like the demolition derby at Stamford Bridge with Chelsea running out 7-0 winners against basement boys Norwich City. And in the process, making it 11 goals in the last two home games without conceding. Before we get into the game, it was great to see the scenes before kickoff, celebrating 25 years, unfortunately, since the tragic passing of Matthew Harding, but celebrating everything that he did for the club, and it certainly wouldn't be where it is now without what he did for it. So special scenes at the start, which were great to see. In terms of the lineup, pretty pleased with it, to be honest. Delighted to see Callum Hudson-Odoi getting a start in that left wing position. Sorry. And obviously Kai Havertz and Mason Mount completing that front three. I think that's the front three that I wanted to see, and a lot of Chelsea fans wanted to see. So that was great to see that from the off. Christensen getting a well-earned rest, and Chalobah coming in with Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger at the back there, forming a nice, strong back three with Ben Chilwell and Reece James as the fullbacks. The only thing I was slightly disappointed about was Loftus-Cheek not starting. Obviously, he did come on and get an assist at the end, which was great to see. But I felt that he's a little bit hard done by not to have started against Malmo or Norwich in the last couple of games, given the level of performance that he has put in. But I mean, otherwise, can't really complain. And Kovacic was outstanding in the middle of the park alongside Jorginho. So, yeah, I mean, you've won 7-0, so it's quite hard to kind of pick holes in the lineup. But yeah, from a personal preference, I would have preferred to have seen Loftus-Cheek in there. In terms of the game itself, Mason Mount with a hat trick, fantastic to see. He's been coming in for a lot of criticism, particularly on social media. Always compared to other players. I mean, obviously Emil Smith-Rowe scored on Friday night for Arsenal against Aston Villa, and like suddenly on social was always better than Mason Mount. He's nowhere near Mason Mount, I'm sorry. And Mount responds in a perfect way with a hat trick and an assist. By his own standards, the very high standards he set. The start of this season for Chelsea and for England not been particularly great performance-wise, but with a young player, that's to be expected, and he responded in the best way possible yesterday with that hat-trick that I mentioned. Obviously, his first goal in 25 games, so it's been a long time coming, and it's something himself that he said that he does need to add more goals to his game. So hopefully, over the course of the season, we can see more goals being added. In terms of other players, it was a big day for Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I thought he did really well in the 70 minutes that he was on the pitch. Looked like he was back to his best. Looked like that confidence was back as well, picking the ball up direct, running at players. A fantastic through ball from Kovacic over the top, and he finished it really well. It looked like the Callum of old. So hopefully, he'll get a run on the side, he'll get another opportunity against Southampton in the League Cup on Tuesday night, and hopefully he can go from strength to strength, because he's a fantastic footballer, really talented lad, and we really want to see him do well as Chelsea fans. He's one of our own. He's from Cobham. He's come through the setup, and he deserves his chance. And right now he deserves to play, and he should keep his place in the side. In terms of the rest of the performance, it was a very straightforward afternoon. It was men against boys. Really promising to see Ben Chilwell again with another goal, and Reece James popping up with a great finish, nicely dinked over the keeper. I really think right now Chelsea have got the best set of fullbacks in the league, as a pair. I know people will say, "Oh, yeah, what about Trent and Andrew Robertson?" Well, yes, they're great, but on this current form, Chilwell and James, for me, are clear of them at the moment, and I don't think anyone can argue with that. I mean, they're both doing really well, popping up with goals, assists, and they're a real threat to us going forward now. And with England and Chelsea, I think the fullback scenario is sorted for the next 5+ years, which is fantastic for us as a club. It's a hard position to find top quality players in. So to have two at a great age and are set to be the future of the club, it really bodes well in that sense. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Norwich City, they are absolutely dreadful. George was at the game. He was messaging me saying that it is the worst performance from a visiting side he's ever seen at Stamford Bridge. And I think it's hard to argue with that. This side could be one of the worst sides we've ever seen in the Premier League. They're absolutely dire. And we would have had a better game against 11 Canary Birds than that lot, because they were just awful. really, really troubling times. So, I mean, I said in the preview, they're relegated, they're done, they're finished already. No disrespect, but they're relegated. But for Chelsea, a real marker laid down, a statement of intent. And for the haters, you know, going about, oh, we play defensive football. Well, we've now scored the most goals in the Premier League this season, conceded the least. We sit top of the league. So we're going to have to find something else to hate on, because right now we're a force to be reckoned with. And I'm going to say it here, we are going to win the league this season. I strongly believe that. And, you know, I can't see anyone stopping us. Once Lukaku gets back to fitness, he'll start banging the goals. And once we get used to playing in the little gel, yes, Manchester City are very good, but I think as an all-round package in the whole makeup of the team, I think we're absolutely outstanding. So yeah, I fully believe we're going to win the league. It was a fantastic performance, and obviously we move on to Southampton in the League Cup on Tuesday night. I think that's really important that we win that, get a trophy in the bag as quickly as possible. The Carabao Cup probably isn't the main priority, but it'll be good to get one of those, to get into the next round, and to get one step closer to Wembley. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the game against Norwich City. 7-0 winners for Chelsea. Mason Mount becoming the first player since Eden Hazard to score a hat-trick for the Blues. So he's in great company there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash a like on it. Leave any thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're growing as a channel. We really appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you in the next one.